Breaking news. Actually, the article says, breaking. Mega carrier Celadon Group to file bankruptcy and cease operations. One of the largest publicly traded transportation companies in the United States, Celadon Group, is expected to file bankruptcy as soon as Sunday, December 8th. Sources with direct knowledge of the situation told Transportation Nation Network, TNN, which is where this article is at, on Friday evening that the troubled Indianapolis, Indiana-based mega carrier will cease operations beginning Monday, December 9th. Celadon began notifying customers on Thursday, December 5th the company would soon be filing bankruptcy and no longer be servicing accounts. TNN has confirmed this with multiple large Celadon customers, as the customers are currently scrambling to secure needed capacity. A source with direct knowledge told TNN top Celadon executives are scheduled to meet Sunday afternoon to finalize the bankruptcy filing, which is expected to be official that evening as close to midnight as possible. Those sources indicate the company may file for protection under Chapter 11. It's expected the company will ultimately liquidate its assets. While some Celadon executives have been told of the company's impending demise, most employees have not yet been notified. TNN can confirm the company of more than 3,000 employees will likely be notified on Monday, multiple sources said. According to data from the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, or FMCSA, the trucking giant operates more than 2,700 power units and employs more than 2,500 drivers. However, the source tells TNN the last driver count was approximately 1,800. Fuel cards are currently operational, but it is unclear when the cards will be deactivated or how many drivers will be left stranded. According to its driver recruitment website, which is still online as of Friday, Celadon operates terminals in the U.S., including its headquarters in Indianapolis, Indiana, Plumtree, Indiana, Henderson, Colorado, Laredo, Texas, Waxahachie, Texas, Richmond, Virginia, Columbus, Ohio, Ottoville, Ohio, Rainbow City, Alabama, and Hope Mills, North Carolina. The company also owns divisions in Canada, Hindman Transport, and Mexico, Servicio de Transportation Jaguar. In April of this year, Celadon announced it had reached a settlement with the U.S. Department of Justice and the Securities and Exchange Commission relating to their highly publicized investigations into the company's filing of fraudulent financial statements dating back to the fiscal year of 2016. Celadon agreed to pay restitution in the amount of $42,245,302. Additionally, as part of the settlement, Celadon agreed to continue the implementation of a compliance and ethics program designed to prevent and deter violations of anti-fraud reporting or books and records provision of the federal securities law, and to report at least annually to the DOJ with respect to the remediation and implementation of the company's corporate compliance program and internal controls and policies and procedures. 3 former Celadon executives, William Eric Meek, 39, Bobby Lee Peevler, 40, and Danny Williams, 36, have been arrested and charged with multiple crimes in connection to what DOJ officials called a complex securities and accounting fraud scheme that resulted in a loss of more than $60 million in shareholder value. Williams has already pled guilty to conspiracy to commit securities fraud, make false statements to a public company's accountants, and falsify books, records, and accounts of a public company. Also in April of this year, Celadon sold off 2 of its subsidiaries, A&S Kinyard and Buckler Transport, for a reported $139.5 million. Celadon also divested its logistics business division and assets associated with its intermodal business unit. At the time, Celadon leadership indicated the money would be used to pay down existing equipment debt and capital leases, pay transaction expenses, reduce borrowings under the company's revolving credit, and to provide additional liquidity. In July, Celadon announced the company had secured $165 million in long-term financing. At that time, Paul Svinland, Celadon's chief executive officer, remarked the company was on a, quote, solid platform for the next stage of our business turnaround, end quote. Svinland stated a top priority was, quote, replacing approximately 2,000 4- and 5-year-old tractors with new units. He called it the linchpin to our next round of improvement. As part of the terms of the lending agreement, Celadon was required to meet performance benchmarks in order to continue to secure the financing. One former high-ranking Celadon executive told TNN on Friday that the benchmarks were not realistic and the deal was doomed to fail. Celadon began taking delivery of new tractors in August of 2019, but soon began attempting to negotiate more favorable terms. As an example, a source said the company took delivery of 150 late-model Freightliners, but those trucks sat idle until approximately a month later when they were repossessed. Transport Enterprise Leasing, which provided company trucks as well as trucks for Celadon's lease purchase program, also repossessed approximately 250 tractors. Another former Celadon executive told TNN the company was losing approximately $3 million per week in recent months. As cash on hand vanished, Celadon executives worked to continue to secure financing. However, TNN can confirm those negotiations with creditors Luminous Energy Partners and Blue Torch Finance failed this week. One Celadon insider attributed the company's ultimate failure to management's strategic decision to undercut its competitors' freight rates with the hope to make up for the reduced margins with increased volumes. As the freight boom of 2018 slowed in the days of 2019, volume precipitously declined, causing untenable financial stress on the company. Another insider said the failure can be directly traced to Meek saying it was poetic justice. The looming bankruptcy is coming on the heels of Meek's arrest and indictment. Here's the reason. No ifs, ands, and buts about it, the insider said. Celadon was founded in 1985 by Steve Russell and first hauled car parts from the United States to Mexico. It grew to be one of the top 10 largest trucking companies in the country. Considered by many as a fixture in Indianapolis, Russell passed away in 2016 after a long illness. Prior to passing, Russell groomed longtime Celadon executive Paul Will to lead the company. Will served as CEO beginning in 2012 and became chairman in 2015. Will, who was a CPA, resigned in July of 2017 when the company brought in Finland to take over. Before joining Celadon, Finland served as chairman and CEO of Fair International Holdings. Celadon's bankruptcy will be the largest truckload carrier failure in history. The carrier was honored with many awards during its more than 30-year history, though. 2014, Celadon was recognized by Forbes as number 66 on their list of America's best small companies. The company was also a fixture on the Transport Topics Top 100 for Hire Carrier list, and 2018 they came in as number 38 on the list. And that's it.
The rise and fall. They really took off during the last recession and shot to the top. That's how it happens, guys. They come up, they go down. The fall of the kings. Breaking news. You're a good anchor girl.
Thank you.
All right.